So you smack it in there one time now.
Will Chadwick is training me, like he has hundreds of others.
You need to embrace the advantage of being better than the bad guy.
So are you carrying a gun on Sundays?
Absolutely. If I'm on property, I will always have a gun on me.
Pastor Brian Olch is a gatekeeper, a volunteer trained, licensed, and insured to protect his church by the Chadwick family's Christian Security Institute.
We have a responsibility to every single member that walks into a safe haven, that walks into a place of worship and wanting a place of peace, to provide the protection.
Will and his dad Chuck created the Gatekeeper program more than a decade ago, just outside of Dallas.
It was so hard in those early years to even get somebody to spend $20 on a subscription to our website. Now we have thousands and thousands of churches that are part of our national organization.
And in the last week, following the deadliest shooting in a U.S. house of worship, their phone has been ringing off the hook. From New York to Hawaii, churches call, wanting to learn how to protect themselves.
And we take people that have absolutely no experience, and we pride ourselves on really being able to hone these skills.
In a 6-day course, they say volunteers are taught defensive tactics modeled around professional security and law enforcement standards, but tailored to challenges a church ministry could face, like how to interact with an unruly parishioner.
And take that in, okay?
And how to use a gun against an active shooter.
Being able to place your mind in there and see how you're going to react is important.
There's a psychological evaluation and a background check, too. Pastor Olch, like many other gatekeepers, didn't have any prior security training. 7 years ago, his church in Denison, Texas, discussed hiring a private security company, but they needed more.
When you look at the outside private security sector, they have dynamic resources, but they don't know your congregation. They don't know the heartbeat of your ministry. But when you look at bringing your volunteers through, they not only know your campus, know your community, know your members, they can identify things that don't look right.
How do you believe the events at First Baptist Church could have been different if they'd had a gatekeeper?
And once I really absorbed it, I was going, I sure wish they'd had a gatekeeper.
Kaylee Hartung, CNN, Dallas, Texas.